Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is September 17th, and right now we're looking at the mid-level water vapor loop. You can see the upper level low that'll be with us here for at least the next couple of days. Kicking off some thunderstorms across the higher terrain, coastal range there, some of the northern Sierra Nevada and up towards the Cascades of Northern California and Oregon. Put that into motion. You can see that activity as it moved up to the north during the day. We're going to kind of repeat that again today and probably tomorrow as well before we start to bring an upper level low down across the region, which we'll be looking at here in some detail in a moment. We'll also be watching that tropical system to the south and see if it's going to have any impact at all here across California or the southwest USA. Take a look at this graphic by the National Weather Service. Reno, interesting stuff. Goodbye summer, welcome fall. That upper level low is going to be kind of chilly here, moving down across the area, and you can see a chance of showers and whatnot. And there's even a chance for some snow across some very higher terrain, the first snowflakes of the year. Mountain thunderstorms you can see across the coastal range, some of the Sierra Nevada. This is National Weather Service Sacramento. The most likely time frame 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. Impacts, typical thunderstorm stuff there. Watch out for some of that dangerous lightning. This day in SoCal weather history, look at this in 2008, a landspout tornado. Somebody actually got a picture of it there. Johnson Valley, again, 2008. No damage reported, but kind of fun stuff there. And this is the time of year where you can get some of the Santa Ana wind going on here across some of Southern California. Was looking out into the extended forecast. Don't see much of that chance coming up yet. I always keep watching for stuff like that as we go. Pattern shift. You can see the upper level low kind of moving down across the area here. And yeah, this is just kind of a temperature outlook, but I'll show you the upper level low in more detail than this. But just the Las Vegas National Weather Service kind of calling attention to some of these lower temperatures coming across the area. Day one thunderstorm outlook, kind of a similar thing as to what happened yesterday. And there is a chance across some of central and eastern Arizona as well. Day two, again, kind of a repeat of what we had the last couple of days. And day three, one more day for the Sierra Nevada. Then that upper level low is going to drop down across the region. Here we're looking at 6-hour precipitation on last night's European run. If we put this into motion, you can see the afternoon thunderstorms building up as we go through this afternoon. And of course, again, tomorrow on Monday, something similar there. And then even another day on Tuesday. And then you'll see something happen here as we start to go through later on Wednesday. See that upper level low start to spin around the area, bringing some precipitation. You can see it doesn't spread too far west here, but it's going to be a chilly upper level low. And then it'll kick out of the region as we go towards the end of the week. And we'll look off into the extended forecast after that. You can kind of see some precipitation approaching from the west towards Oregon there. Some systems might get the Pacific Northwest active. How far south will those go? We'll be watching that over the next couple of days. This is another way to look at things. Cyclonic relative vorticity, or is that upper level low off the coast of California. You can see it spinning. That's a thunderstorm chance here over the next few days. And then you'll clearly see this chilly upper level low drop down over the area. Look at that nice visual representation of what's going on at about 18,000 feet. And then this thing kind of kicks out of here pretty quickly, though, on the most last night's European, yesterday afternoon's European there. Kind of dives out of the area pretty fast, and then we'll see what happens on to the future here across some of the Pacific Northwest. Some of these systems have a chance to impact portions across Northern California. This is total snow-Kucharian ratio in inches, and this takes into account the lower column of the atmosphere's temperature when it tries to calculate some of these snow ratios. But anyway, I'll probably go over that in a little bit more detail at some point. There's some discrepancy from some of the weather fanatics out there on which one to use, 10-1 or Kuchara. But you could see the main takeaway from this is we could see some of the higher terrain snowfall here across some of the central northern Sierra Nevada near Lake Tahoe, Reno out there. You could see some snowflakes across the higher terrain, even including portions of Nevada, maybe off through Idaho and Yellowstone. Probably a little bit better chance of some snowfall with that system here. But it's always fun to watch for the first snowflakes of the year. Here goes the GFS, upper level low, hanging out for the next few days. And then here goes our upper level low diving down across some of California, Nevada. And I'll show you what kind of impact this has across some of the stations off to the south here too, including like Las Vegas, Palm Springs, for example. Upper level low does have an impact, although not as much, of course, versus the higher terrain and farther to the north. And you can see towards the end of the GFS run here, you can see this trough developing towards the end of September. And in fact, this is running right now, so let's update that and see how far it goes out now and see what is going on. I've not looked at this yet, but you can see a pretty deep trough here out over the Pacific Ocean. Could be spreading some atmospheric rivers up towards Oregon, Washington, BC here, maybe even clipping some of Southern California as we go in towards the end of the month. Now, something we've been watching here for the last few days as well is a tropical system developing, and you can kind of see it here again on the GFS. There it goes. And then it tries to spread some of this moisture up off to the northeast. Granted, it's not too much here. This is the most last night's GFS right. Maybe a bump in some of the relative humidity there, but it's not showing a big bump in precipitation or anything like that. And you can see it's just not that big of an impact. Most of the time, we need these tropical systems to kind of ride up closer to Baja California to bring a better surge of moisture there, to bring those tropical remnants that bring some of the thunderstorm activity to Southern California, Arizona, and Nevada. And this one doesn't look like it's really it here, folks. You can see it tries to bring a little moisture in there, but really probably not big impact from that system. This is looking at 24-hour precipitation here on the GFS. We'll look at that kind of again here. You can see the afternoon thunderstorms across the higher terrain of the Sierra Nevada here for the next few days. Here comes the upper level low coming down across the Intermountain West here. You know, as we drop the temperatures down at least a bit here, some precipitation across the Sierra Nevada, some of the Cascades, Oregon, California there as well. And there goes that tropical system. You can see some of that moisture trying to move off, but it doesn't really get there ever. And then that deep trough sets up over the Pacific Northwest, tries to entrain some of that moisture here. But again, no big impacts right now. It doesn't look like from that tropical system there that will be developing here for the next couple of days. You can see they have upgraded that chance, so 80% chance of tropical cyclone formation in the next 7 days. Here we've been watching that for a while, and this is the Eastern Pacific Hurricane Center. Sacramento, you can see kind of seasonable temperatures here, a little bit below average here through the extended forecast. Not bad. You can see the average high this time of year for Sacramento right around 89. Very slow decline there as you go towards early October. Truckee, Tahoe, you can see that chilly upper level low kind of swinging through the area, but it does get out of here kind of quickly here also. But you can see the temperature definitely going to drop down. You'll feel that in the atmosphere. There's Reno. Look at this. You're going to go from the 80s down to the lower 60s here, probably by the time you get towards Thursday as that upper level low moves. And you can see the average temperature this time of year, upper 70s, going down towards the lower 70s by the time you move into early October for Reno, Nevada. Palm Springs, California. Check it out. You even feel it a little bit in some of the temperatures here as that upper level low swings across the area, then bouncing back on and through next week. Here we go, 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. You can clearly see the below average signal here across much of the Southwest. 6 to 10 day precip here, kind of central northern California up to the Pacific Northwest. Below average signal looms across a lot of Arizona as we start to head towards the later portion of September as well. And this is Mount Shasta. You can see that troughing setting up over the Pacific Northwest. May try to get some precipitation into Northern California. Just kind of pointing that out there. And this would be, you know, not much precipitation showing up for Mount Shasta with that upper level low dropping down across the area, though. But there's some hope off into the extended, and then some ensemble agreement there. And we'll watch that. As you can see, we've got plenty of time. You know, we're still looking at an 8+ day period there. This would be for Redding also. This is Lake Tahoe. You can see the dip here with the upper level low. This is 500 millibars, and this would be about 5,000 feet at 850 millibars there. So you can see the cooler air coming. Now, this is looking at Lake Tahoe. It does show a few ensemble members with a little bit of measurable snowfall there, but for the most part, we're just kind of a novelty of looking when the first flakes are going to start flying across some of the higher terrain. But you can see even the control run did have 3 inches in a 24-hour period there, and this would be on in through the end of the upcoming week. This is Reno, Tahoe International. And check it out, a little bit of snowfall, maybe some flakes flying around there. The control had just over an inch. This is Reno, Tahoe. This is a cross section here. So this would be the surface, and you're looking up in the upper levels of the atmosphere here, and you can see that cold upper level low swinging across the area, and some, you know, not bad temperatures in the meantime. And then you can tell where the cold air is coming there, and then kind of bouncing back after that trough departs. This is all the way towards Las Vegas. You can even see in the upper levels of the atmosphere, it will have some impact there down towards Las Vegas as well. Kind of cooling things off just a little bit here. And same thing for Fresno. You can kind of see in the upper levels of the atmosphere that cold air moving across the region. Even Palm Springs, you can see a little bit of it right here. But yeah, anyway, thunderstorms the next few days, upper level low. Maybe get the first flakes for the higher terrain. Maybe a couple diehard storm chasers to go out there and just try to capture some snowflakes on the higher peaks there of the Sierra Nevada up to the Cascades of California here, maybe across some of Nevada here as well. So anyway, who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky enough and somebody will send me an image of that, or I'll be able to find some of those videos on Twitter if it does occur. But anyway, I hope you guys are liking these videos. We'll continue to watch these systems as they roll in. El Nino video, I'm going to wait till tomorrow, but there's more data coming out, so I'll probably release it tomorrow night is what I'm looking at. But yeah, still working on it right now, and I hope you guys are liking these videos, and I will talk to you tomorrow for the normal daily briefings.